Hello and welcome. Tonight I am doing the Would You Rather tag. I was not actually tagged by anybody, but I did watch Jamie's video and we had a lot of different answers, so I felt it was a good way to get to know somebody, especially if you're interested in doing buddy colors or projects or anything like that, because then you kind of know what they're into, what they use to color with, that kind of thing. So I just thought it would be fun to work on this Hannah Lynn page. I'm going to try some watercolors. Just trying to make sure the shadow ain't too bad. I'm left-handed, so I always get a little bit of shadow problems. I'm going to use Arteza watercolors. I printed this on watercolor paper. It did chop the top off, but I have never actually tried this on watercolored paper, so I just kind of wanted to see how it went while we were talking. So the first one is same coloring book or same medium, and I would pick same medium. I am a Prisma girl. I can do lots of things with Prisma. I just think I would get bored of the same book, the same artist all the time. So I think if I had the same medium but different things to work on, I would be a lot happier. Number 2, fall leaves or wallpaper. I would do full of leaves. I do not like wallpaper images. I do not like repetitiveness. At least leaves, you can kind of change up the color. There doesn't have to be a pattern, however you want to do it, kind of thing. So that is what I would do for that one. Skin or fur. I would love to do fur, but I am at this point better at skin. I am not real great at either of them, but so far skin is what I'm better at. A double by Kirby Roseanne or by Clara Markova. So I did take out this one I wanted to show you, and I'm not sure if it's all gonna fit on camera. But this is my first ever double page spread I did by Kirby Roseanne's. I picked this one because there was not a lot of the little details or the little animal creatures or a lot of the things that didn't make sense to me in this one. So I did enjoy doing this one, but because of Kirby's art style, I would rather do a Clara Markova. Her pages are less doodly, they make more sense, they're just kind of easier to finish. Like this one, I really struggled when we started getting into here with what was part of the horse and what was part of the hair and what was part of the roses. And it kind of takes the fun out of it when you start struggling and it becomes more work than it is fun. So the next one is grayscale or line art, and obviously if you've watched any of my videos with my books, I have maybe 2 grayscale books and the rest are line art. So I would definitely be a line art kind of person. I do enjoy grayscale, and I do enjoy doing grayscale with pastels, but I do prefer the line art more. Page by Mystic Art Mirrors or Christine Caron. Sorry, I cannot talk tonight. So these are images by Christine Caron. I have not seen Mystic Art Mirror, but these are the pages I have, and she does the line art versions and the grayscale. So I think I would rather do one of her images just because I have so many in my to-do pile. And that's what I'm working on. I made a mistake on her arm that I've been thinking forever how I'm going to cover up. By now I probably could have reprinted it and had it finished, but silence or background noise. I definitely need background noise. If it's too silent, then I get tired. I start falling asleep. I need that background noise to keep me going. So the next is mixed media brands or one medium, one brand, and I'm definitely gonna say mixed media. I like watercolor pencils, I like markers, I like regular pencils, I like acrylic paint. I really enjoy mixing it around. And I don't have, Prismas are my favorite pencils, but I do not have their watercolor pencils. So Artisas are my favorite watercolor pencils. Sharpies and Bics are my favorite alcohol markers. So I don't really have one brand that I could think, oh hey, I want the whole set of those and I'd be happy forever. So the next one is white gel pen or white Posca pen. So I have a Moonlight white Jelly Roll pen, and then I have this white Signo pen, and then I have, this is the only Posca I have. I don't have any other colors. I don't have and it's a fairly thick tip. So between these two and working with them, and by how many night skies and stars and little details I do, I would definitely pick the gel pen. So between the two, the gel pen is definitely more for me. Sorry, I'm trying to find a color real quick. Color in the morning or color at night. I am not a morning person. I don't even like to move before like 10 o'clock if I don't have to. So I am definitely more motivated at night. Come probably about 6 in the evening, I'm ready to do laundry and vacuum the house and all that good stuff. And then when the kids go to bed about 8:30, then I really get time to sit down and color without interruptions. My chores are done. I don't have to worry, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. So that's what works for me. I do once in a while, like if it's on the weekend or something, we'll sit on the couch and color a picture. But I have 3 kiddos, 2 older boys and a younger toddler. And it's just kind of, it's always something somewhere. I need a drink, I need this, I need that, tell them to stop, kids are fighting. So it's just kind of, by the time I get everything out and set up the way I want it, it's just, I'm just adding a little of this for shadows in case you're wondering why I'm putting brown in this tree. And these are watercolor pencils, so I promise, I know it looks scribbly, but when I add the water, I'm hoping it will smooth out and look better. I want to add some darker around the orange. So next, YouTube tutorial or tutorial book. I definitely need the YouTube tutorial. I cannot follow books and I cannot follow pictures. I do love the Colorist Effects books. They are neat and they are great step-by-step books, but I need to see it. I need to see how she moves her media, her pencil, her marker. I need to see. I just need to be able to see it to follow along. And I need that rewind button if I need to see it again and again and again. Because that is how I learn. I have learned everything I know mainly by watching. I watched YouTube videos. I watched someone color live. I watched the color in chats. So that is definitely that. I'm not knocking the books because I'm sure they are great for a lot of things, but I need to see it. I need to see which way she shaded that, left to right, right, just kind of, I need to see. Food or glass, and I am definitely gonna pick food. I have gotten a little bit over my fear of glass. I've learned where to put the highlights and kind of how to make it look. But I would rather color food. I love working on food, trying to make, you know, pizza crusts look burnt, pies look gorgeous, apples shiny. So I do find a lot of fun in that. I am not the best at it, but I'm giving it a heck. Jasmine Beckett Griffith or Jade Summer. So I pulled these really quick just in case nobody had seen, because I haven't seen too many Jasmines on YouTube. So I gotta go to the back so I don't show my done pages. This is a Jade Summer, and this is one of her more detailed books. She does have easier ones, and I do believe she has more detailed ones. She does have grayscale books as well. A lot of people are into her grayscale. Should be This is Jasmine, sorry. This is Jasmine. Me, myself, going to the island and only taking my Prismacolor pencils, I'm definitely taking a Jasmine book. This book is going to make me a lot happier, take a lot more time, a lot more detail, a lot more blending, and keep me busier longer. So those are those. So Jade or Jasmine, I picked Jasmine. Color by number or mandalas. I do not do mandalas. I don't like patterns. I don't like repeating. I don't like flowers. I just have not found a type of mandala that really jumps out at me. I'm not a gel pen girl. I know a lot of you love your gel pens, and I do for details in small areas, but I struggle sitting down with them and coloring with gel pens constantly. So I definitely am picking a color by number with my alcohol markers. Would you rather watercolor forever or alcohol markers forever? So I'm going to tell you right now, I would rather alcohol marker forever. I have gotten really good at my alcohol markers. I can do lots of cool things with alcohol markers. So I'm fairly comfortable with that. Alcohol markers would keep me busier longer. However, watercolor may last longer, just because you probably get a lot more out of it than an alcohol marker. But when I had a marker out, I was going to show you guys something, and I had a marker out and I don't know where it went. So we're gonna do this. Sorry about that. If you are really, really desperate and you took your alcohol markers to an island and you happen to have some rubbing alcohol, you can take your alcohol marker and scribble it on a glass plate. Paper plates or foam or nothing like that doesn't work really well, just so you know. Take a little bit of rubbing alcohol. That's what I have in this lid, just straight rubbing alcohol. If you want it lighter, you just add a little bit more. Obviously, if you want the... then, sorry, trying to make sure you guys can see. You can watercolor, and it actually dries with a really neat effect. So it kind of dries with that very smooth alcohol look. So I would pick alcohol markers for the win, but if I absolutely had to, I could watercolor with them. And of course, if you took your time in smaller areas and went the same strokes, that would come out looking a lot nicer. But for time purposes, that is how I do that. My next one is Christmas in June or Easter in December. I am definitely picking Christmas in June because I'm not giving up my month of December for Easter. And June doesn't really have a holiday of its own, so it's kind of empty and open anyway. So Christmas in June is perfectly fine with me. Create space paper or tanned tone paper. I have actually never tried tan toned paper, but I am very curious. I would love to try it. Create space paper is okay to me, but I would prefer the more vibrancy that the tanned tone paper gives you. If you have a watercolor brush, you can do this with your watercolor brush as well. I just kind of wanted to try it with paintbrush because I haven't tried these like this yet. And I really wanted to try to get my fall blend without too much water. Next is Prisma Premier or Arteza. So as I've stated previously, I am a Prisma girl. I love my Prisma. I wouldn't trade my Prisma. I do have 2 full sets of both, but I barely use my Arteza. I need to get them out more and work with them more, but every time I go to do a picture, especially one that takes a lot of pencil work, I'm like, no, I better use my Prismas because I know my color combos, I know my colors really well, I know what each color looks like, what blends with what, and I haven't established that very well with Artezas yet. So I really do need to work with them more and quit talking myself out of it. Actually, a Jade Summer book would probably be a good place to start with those. Background first or main image. Obviously, as you can tell, I am a background girl. I start with the background 99% of the time. The only exception, and I just recently learned this, is if I'm doing pencil work and I have a skin tone, especially actually whether I use pencil or marker, and I have a skin tone, I learned I always need to do my skin tone first. Otherwise, that bits of pencil gets on your marker, it gets on your light colored pencils, and then when you color, you get those weird streaks and they don't erase. So that is one thing I have learned recently, is skin first. Other than that, I am backgrounds all the way. Neocolor 2 or Derwent Inktense. I do not have neither, but from a curiosity standpoint, I would like to try the Derwent Inktense first. I have seen great things done with those. They're not in my budget right now, but hopefully maybe I have a birthday after Christmas. Maybe I'll get some extra birthday money and that is that, for curiosity reasons purely. Derwent Inktense. Rip a page out or preserve and rescue. So I struggled with this one because usually I do not take pages out of my books, even if I do not like them. But right before this video came out, I happened to color a picture in Jade Summer's book, and I ruined her. Her hair was just a disaster, and I did try to preserve and fix it. I don't know if you can tell how many layers I went over with the pink, trying to get it solid so I could add some shading and details. I tried brush markers, I tried permanent markers, I tried going over it with pencil, and I just could not fix her. So my answer is I am a preserve and rescue type person. But especially in Jade Summer's books where you get 2 copies, I will rip it out. Because I do not like flipping through my book and seeing pages I love, 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 and then seeing something like this that I know I can't fix. So if it can be preserved, I will do my best to preserve it. But if it is in a nicer book that doesn't have double copies or perforated pages or is double-sided, I will leave it. But if it can go without being noticed, then that's even better. And that was the last one. So hopefully that helped you get to know me a little bit, get to know my style, what I'm into, what I prefer. Thank you for watching while I watercolor this page. Tried to anyway. It's not exactly perfect, but I think with a little bit more layers I can get it there. So I thank you for watching. I encourage you, if you have a channel and you haven't done the Would You Rather tag yet, I encourage you to. Like I said, it's a great way to get to know people and for people to get to know you. I do believe I will have one more book collection video up by the end of the month, and then I have a video for November. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.